All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to EVOL Golf. You know it's really all love. Hey, today I decided that it's such a beautiful day. I think I'll get you introduced to the team. That's right, today it's a What's in the Bag episode. So today you're gonna see what I have in the bag. I've been carrying around these irons for quite some time now. I got the same driver, same 3-wood that I've been using for a couple of years, and I love all of them. But maybe next year, 2024, we're going to be upgrading a couple of items in the bag. But we're going to go through. I'm going to show you what I got, show you what I'm working with this year, and I'll show you what you're going to be seeing a lot of in 2023, going into 2024. Let's do it. Let's get to it. All right, let's start off the tour with the most frequently used club, the putter. I've been using an Odyssey Versa for quite some time now. As you can see, it's a little faded in the color, but I love it. It's been trusty, reliable. Put on the thick size Super Stroke grip, and it's been pretty good for me, been pretty consistent, but I think it's time for an upgrade. We'll see. Let me know what you think. Next up, we got the wedges. So of course, you know, wedges get a lot of use, so they're a little dinged up. These are Cleveland CG15s. I had these for quite a few years now. Hindsight, I probably wouldn't invest in anything that's like this, the black color. I thought it was pretty sweet back then, but the black tends to fade pretty quickly. So the lofts that I have for my wedges, I have a 56-degree sand wedge, I have a 50-degree gap wedge, and I also have a 60-degree lob wedge. I don't really use the lob wedge too often. I find that it gets me in more trouble than it's worth, but everything else gets a lot of burn. All right, so obviously these make up the majority of the bag. These are the irons. So I've been playing the Taylormade P7 MCs for a couple of years now. I love this classic design on them. It kind of reminds me of like a Cadillac grill or something like that. I got them in standard sizes or standard lofts, stiff shafts. I like them a lot. I've been playing these things for a while. I find that they're pretty forgiving. Well, kind of forgiving. They're not necessarily like cavity backed, and they're not necessarily blades, but they definitely have that bladed look. I love the profile of them when they're on the ground. They don't look too bulky and not a big offset or anything like that. And I find that I can hit them a pretty decent ways when I really catch contact on them. As far as like workability, they had a rating of a 5 on the Taylormade site. I love them. I love the clubs. I might be in the market to, you know, get an upgrade next year or the year after, but so far so good. No major complaints. I've had at least 2 or 3 sets of Taylormades, and I'm kind of hooked on them. If I was to try something else, maybe I'd go with Titleist or Mizuno, but I really am Team Taylormade on these. So my irons, they run through pitch and wedge up to a 4-iron. So then I would ask myself, what do I use if I need a little bit longer than a 4-iron? I need some forgiveness or some kind of flexibility out of the rough. I go to this guy, my Taylormade SIM2 Hybrid. It's a 3-iron hybrid. I have it at a 19.5 degree. It's a beautiful, beautiful club, man. Again, the black finish gets a little dinged up after a lot of frequent use, but I love this club. I have a lot more luck off the tee with it rather than out of the rough and stuff like that, or out of the fairway, but we're getting there. I've had some success recently in Myrtle Beach with it, so I think I'll keep it around for another year or so. We'll see how it goes. I used to hit a 3-iron off the tee, and I loved it. It was my bread and butter club. I thought I needed to change it up, give me some more versatility out of the rough for long distances, going into par 5s and things. So I bumped it up to this, and I'm having fun. So I'm gonna keep it in the bag, keep practicing with it, and see if we can actually make it a valuable part of the team. All right, now this one, you can't pay me enough to get this club out of my bag. You cannot. This club is completely priceless for me. This is a Taylormade RBZ or Rocketballz 3-wood. It's quite literally my favorite club and my most trustworthy club in the bag, besides like my putter. So I have the 3-wood. It is at what, 15 degrees loft, stiff shaft, and it is absolute fire. Like, I can pump this thing between 220 and 250 on any given round. I have a lot of fun with it. It's definitely a lot more trustworthy than my driver right now, but for now, my safety club is definitely my 3-wood. It's my favorite. This is definitely my favorite club. All right, last but not least, in the bag, I have the SIM2 Max Taylormade driver. I bought it at a 10.5 degree, but I have it set a little lower. As you know, you can adjust the loft angle, so I have it adjusted for a 9.5 degree, which I like. I like that lower ball flight, but it still manages to fly. I'm still working on it. The driver is not the most inconsistent, but it's pretty inconsistent club in my bag, but I'm working on it, and I plan on taking some lessons to try to give myself a little bit more distance off the tee and be a little bit more reliable. I love the 3-wood, but if I can implement the driver, I'd definitely be a little bit more dangerous, especially on those long par 5s. Re-gripped it, mid-size Golf Pride grips, standard on all of my clubs. I love the mid-size grips. Might be time to update those. Yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna see how this goes the rest of the year. All right, and as promised, I have the balls that I play. It's a TP5X, Taylormade TP5X. These are a 5-piece ball, and I swear by them. I used to love the Taylormade Rocketballz. I like the Taylormade, those were like a 3-piece. And I also used to play the Taylormade Pentas. Once they discontinued the Pentas, they came up with the TP5s and also a 5-piece ball. I love these things. They're super responsive, can hit them off the tee. They check up on the green. I really like them. I like the feel of them. So I highly recommend the TP5X. All right, so we got a little bonus action for what's in the bag. All of us hackers, you know, we got to know our yardages, at least the best that we can. So I don't use a GPS watch or anything like that. I might get one of these days, but for now, the most reliable thing that I have is this Callaway 300 Pro rangefinder. Comes with this cool case, a lens wiper, but all you have to do is point and click and it tells you the yardage. Also has a toggle switch for the slope, which is very helpful, especially when you're not playing in a tournament. You're just playing with your buddies. You can find the slope of uphill, downhill. It gives you the exact yardage for your target. Very, very helpful. Big time saver. I love it a lot. Another highly recommend. All right, one more bonus feature that I have in my bag that I love to death. I use it a lot at home, not necessarily at the range all the time, but I do take it out every now and then. I have the Caddie SC200. It's pretty much a launch monitor. Comes with a cool little remote. You can toggle between any of your irons, drivers, woods, or hybrids, and it gives you the yardage of every shot that you hit for every club that you hit. It gives you either your carry yardage or your total yardage. I find it's very helpful when I'm trying to hone in my yardages before a round, or just to know where I stand. You know, after a long summer, maybe I'm hitting the ball a little differently, or in the winter, you get to find out how, you know, what the weather is actually doing to your ball. So it's very helpful. It even gives like metrics like your smash factor and launch angle. It's very slight. Again, something on Amazon, not super expensive as far as launch monitors are concerned. I highly recommend putting something like this in your bag. It'll definitely help your game out a lot. All right, everybody, thanks again for checking out EVOL Golf. And that was a look inside my bag. All my irons, woods, you got to see the whole team. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. If you like this episode, if you like any other episodes, please hit like, leave a comment. Let me know what clubs you're using, what you found to be successful, some stuff that maybe you want to change out, or stuff that maybe you think I should consider looking into when I'm trying to step up my wedge game in 2024. Really appreciate it. Thanks again for checking out EVOL Golf. You know it's really all love.